I belong to the side hustle generation. Gen Y leaving the 9 to 5 to the night shift at Starbucks. Millennials who spend their weekends freelancing on Fiverr. I live my life on caffeine and being tired. Honestly, I never thought I'd be here. After graduation, I walked off that stage, ready to stop balancing my classes with working 3 jobs, ready to change the world at 40 hours a week max. But that's become a fantasy, and my passion looks a lot like my college degree, like people said I'd need it, but it brought no guarantees. See, the generation before me still calls me lazy. Like my mouth is stuffed with a silver spoon. They point at Web 2.0 and iPhones and Bluetooth, wish they knew it's never been easy. That maybe that silver spoon kept me from speaking, and I had to swallow dreams that weren't mine. See, as an American, you're taught to want the same things as your white and upper class peers. You're taught as a brown woman to want the same things as them, but our definitions of freedom are not necessarily the same. For example, the Huffington Post praises the side hustle, says it allows us to find that spark, giving us time before we commit, allowing us to proceed to the rest of our free-spirited lives with caution. But for someone like me, a side gig is the only option. And maybe it's because I work for nonprofits, and maybe I should have went with a more money-making logic. I wanted to change the world, but that's not economic. How ironic is it that so many of us can only fight for our communities by working for institutions that keep us down in the first place? That to fight for equity, we have to feed the injustice that made us so angry to begin with. We were willing to work full-time against it. And yeah, I wish I had known about the nonprofit industrial complex before this. But I'm stuck following up on a broken promise. Like it's no surprise that capitalism isn't honest, but my God, they still blame us for mistakes that they made for us. I wish they taught us how to win the end game of stability when they gave us those participation trophies. And just to clarify, none of this is about my parents. Because to this day, they work as hard as, if not harder than me. And in many ways, they were promised the exact same things. Mom and Dad, I wish you still didn't have to worry about me. As I stand up here and admit that I'm struggling, that so many employers only want to hire you part-time or as a contractor, because there's only so much health insurance that can go around. And honestly, how can I think about what it means to be a grown-up or owning a home when I'm always going to be paying my student loans? My God, if I had known earlier, I would have found a faraway place for us. But honestly, I'm too scared to move out of California, and I don't want to leave you and our shared broken American dreams. And you know I want to give you everything, but on top of being accused of millennial greed, just look at who the fuck holds the presidency. This country doesn't want people like us to succeed. It's like they gave us silver spoons, but with nothing to eat. And I know I'm not alone, and that tastes bittersweet. So to the millennial POCs who are part of the side hustle generation, I see you. And maybe when we're stuck in the same traffic to yet another freelance gig, we'll feel our collective spirits rise out of our existential crises, and people will take our cries for help seriously and not mistake them for whining anymore. Or maybe we'll create our own change, and I still don't know what that looks like, but at the very least, I hope that we'll all finally get some sleep.